Calling case number 23007684. Please state your appearances for the record.
Only Felipe, appearing on behalf of the Wayne County Treasurer.
Morning, Mr. Felipe. You may proceed.
I believe Mr. Davenport, I see someone saying Richard Davenport there. He hasn't.
Yes, Richard Davenport is here.
Do you have a camera, Mr. Davenport?
No, my phone does not have the camera capability.
Okay, I guess we will accept your appearance normally. You know, it is required that you go find the capability so that we can ensure that this really is you in your appearance in court and have a record of it, both video record and audio. However, I'm assuming that Mr. Felipe, are you in any way familiar with Mr. Davenport?
No, I'm not. I've never met him. I've never seen him. And that goes to the heart of the issue before the courts today, too.
Yeah, I think that Mr. Davenport, there is an issue of identity here, as Mr. Felipe mentions, and so it would be even more difficult for you to prove your identity in keeping with the requirements of this case without even appearing on on screen. So how do we know who you even are and what your rights are pertaining to this case?
I did submit identification to Mr. Felipe prior to this hearing upon his request.
Okay, we're going to hear from Mr. Felipe. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the only identification it provided is for Andrea Daly, and it's Richard Davenport that has an interest in this property. If you want, I can go through the whole history. Basically, what happened is this property was initially owned by Richard Davenport prior to the foreclosure.
Go ahead.
We have a lot of evidence, and Your Honor, just so you know, the property we're talking about is 5776 3 Mile Drive in Detroit. Prior to the foreclosure, the property was owned by Richard Davenport. There is a recorded covenant deed in the name of Richard Davenport, along with a recorded mortgage. Richard Davenport has a long history of making payments with the Wayne County Treasurer. All tax payments list his address as 171 Pierre Avenue, Suite 396 in Santa Monica, California. After the property was foreclosed, a timely notice of intent to claim surplus proceeds was filed with the Wayne County Treasurer under the name Richard Davenport. A timely motion for surplus proceeds was also filed in the name of Richard Davenport. The Treasurer's office began communicating via email with an individual we believed to be Richard Davenport, and a stipulated order was executed and entered by this court on June 10th. As is required by law, the Treasurer asked for executed W-9 so we could obtain a correct name and social security number. The social security number that the claimant provided was fictitious and did not match the records with the IRS. When we notified the claimant that the name and social security numbers did not match, he then changed his story and claimed that his birth name is Richard Davenport, but that his real legal name is Andrea Daly. We notified.
Right. We'll stop here for a moment so that this witness today can get a gist of what's happening here. Mr. Davenport, given what's been just stated, I would be at this juncture, especially with the fact that you are not even on camera, going to grant the City of Detroit's motion for summary disposition of counterclaims in lieu of answer. But I would like to know why, given you know what the issue is here, why you wouldn't have found a way to actually appear in court. This hearing, if you have any leg to stand on whatsoever, actually should have been requested in person. And if you want, we can adjourn it to an in-person hearing later, or if you want, we can proceed. What is your desire?
Well, First, I'd like to address the issue of the fictitious Social Security number. The
No. Again, I would require you to be appearing before this court as a person that I can see before I would hear from you on an issue of your identity. I don't think that it would be in any way supportive of your issue of your identity for you not to appear before this court. So if you would like to appear before this court and answer, we can give you a date in person for you to actually appear before this court. The court is not going to accept in this particular situation a blank screen.
Okay. At this time, what would be the court date that the court would have available?
Well, we would have to set a date as we expected you to appear as every other litigant has with actually a person who we can see talking and identifying themselves and making a case. So it would be very difficult for this court and impossible. This court wouldn't even entertain it, accepting, your case as an of identity when you're not showing yourself to the court. So, Maeve, do you have a date? I would say the first or second week in September that we could hear this case. What's the first week, Friday in September?
First Friday in September is September 5th. It is available. That would be remote via Zoom.
It'll be in person.
It could be in person, and if you'd like, we could have it be Thursday so that we don't have to have part of the motions in person and part in. Would you like to have it the 4th?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm available on the 4th.
The 4th is fine with me.
All right, we'll see you September 4th.
And this will be in person, Your Honor, correct?
In person at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.